Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Hello everyone and welcome to Gems and Pearls with Love. If you are new here, welcome. I would love if you would join me and subscribe to this channel. Here I talk about biblical womanhood, marriage, being a wife, being a mom, being a homemaker, biblical femininity, and the like. And if you are returning here, to those who have subscribed, thank you so much. This is a new channel, so we're very small here, which I have no problem with. I love, even if it's just an audience of 2, I love to speak to you all. So again, thank you so much for joining me. And yeah, let's get into today's topic. This is not a planned video. Usually I plan my topic in advance. I have time to sit down and brainstorm. I pray about it. However, this was kind of a video where I just said, you know what? I have a few moments. Let me just get on here and do a quick video because I'm trying my best to get at least one video a week out. So this is me trying to okay, you know what? I got some time. I didn't do that much planning. So Holy Spirit, you're just going to have to kind of help me out as I go because yeah, your girl didn't plan this one. So as you guys could probably tell based on the title of this video and my little introduction, I'm going to be talking a bit about sex. I find that especially amongst believers, sex is something that is not talked about too much. I find it's something that, I don't know, it's almost seems to be something that's dirty or this little secret, and it shouldn't be, because at the end of the day, sex was created by God. It was made by Him for marriage, right? And this is something that is obviously for procreation. It's also something for us to enjoy. It's something for us, the husband and the wife, to come together as one and in the flesh and connect in such a deep and intimate way. It is beautiful. So there's nothing dirty about it. It shouldn't be something that is taboo to never ever speak about. It's something that we should talk about. And you know, personally, for me, sex is something that I also felt awkward to talk about at one point in time. Even with my own husband, it felt weird to sit down and talk about sex. Some people would say you should talk about the things that you enjoy and what you guys liked. For me, that was so weird. I did not want to talk about that. It just felt awkward, and I would be nervous and stuff, and I don't know where that really came from. I don't know if it's conditioning that seems to have happened over the years. I'm not sure, but I know right now we are at a point now where we are comfortable with talking about it. So that's good. That took some work and some time, really just making sure I kind of purge my thoughts of anything that made me think or feel that it was something dirty or weird or whatever it is that caused me to feel nervous to talk about it. Anyways, as I already told you guys, I do not have actual notes or anything where I really planned this video out. So I'm kind of just going to be chatting with you guys. So please bear with me here. One of the things that I would say at the top of my mind would be, I know it's very common that women seem to not want to give sex to their husbands very much, or as much as their husband likes. And I know in some situations it's the other way around. However, it seems that it's more common that the men usually want sex and the woman's usually she's tired, or she has a headache, or she's just not in the mood. So for one, I would definitely say, I really think it's important we try our very best to make sure we are having sex with our husbands when they desire it. That's one area that I can personally say I do not really need work on. I actually do pretty well when it comes to delivering, when it comes to that area. I need work on a lot of different things. However, this particular area, when it comes to giving my husband sex when he desires it, honestly, when I really reflect on my marriage, I can't think of one time that he's wanted it and I refused. Like if there's something going on, like I'm not feeling well physically, I usually he would know I'm not feeling well and he wouldn't even try. However, it's never been like, that just hasn't happened. And I don't say that to gloat, because as I said, there's a lot of areas that I'm very weak in, and I need a lot of help and a lot of prayer. And girl, yeah, your girl needs some help. It's just that I'm saying this specific area is not one. So I would encourage you to try your best. And even if you are not in the mood, because personally there's been times where I haven't necessarily been in the mood, but as you know, the act starts to happen, I find that you kind of get in the mood, you know. And especially if your focus is to please him and give your husband pleasure, then you may find that you personally start to feel pleasure. And yeah, but within like literally 20 seconds of even that, I'm in the mood. So I definitely would encourage you to try your best to when your husband wants to be intimate with you, you do that. Because here's the thing, guys. We are the only person, we're supposed to be the only person that our husband ever has sex with. So if we're going to be the one to reject him, then what else is he supposed to do? Where is he supposed to get that release from? And it's really bad on the husband's ego and his, you know, confidence when we are rejecting him, especially if we're doing it over and over again. So it's something I think we as wives need to try our best not to do. If there is something going on physically with you, something that is really causing you to not be able to have sex for some sort of reason, then I would hope that you and your husband would have had that conversation and came to an understanding. I'm more speaking about women who there's nothing like that. It's just like, I don't feel like it, or I'm just too tired. I mean, even if it's just a quickie, like, even if it's just a quickie, that it won't take too much of your time, and he will get that release, and you'll feel better, and yeah, okay, so let's work on that. Okay, what else would I say? I would say, I think we should work towards being, like, fulfilling our husband's fantasy. Like, just being all. Just have fun. Be that girl that is flirting with him. There shouldn't be nobody else flirting with him, okay? You are supposed to be the one to flirt with him, to have fun, to give little jokes, to, you know, send a little naughty text or a picture. Just continuously just try your best to make sure you are infusing that fun and that flirtatious atmosphere in your marriage. Does that make sense? You guys getting me? Make sure that there are times when you are initiating. Don't make it be a situation where he has to always be the one to show some sort of sign of interest. You also show signs of interest. For me personally, I don't necessarily always like to initiate. However, what I do, I will kind of show little signs that, like, you know, I'm ready. So that's kind of like what I do. But whatever your thing is, just make sure that you are also showing him that you want him. We want our husbands to feel that we desire him, that we crave him, we want him. We should be a pleasure to him in all of his senses. So what I mean by that, sight, we should be visually appealing. Wear what he wants to wear. Girl, buy the lingerie if he wants the lingerie. This is one man that we do not need to worry about being modest in front of, okay? We can show it all. So be sexy, wear the lingerie, the silk, the lace, whatever it is that he likes, the colors he likes. Change things up a bit. If you want to do role playing, do role playing, but make sure we are visually appealing. Put on some makeup if that's what your thing is. If you don't like makeup, that's fine. Just make sure your hair looks good. Make sure your skin's moisturized. Speaking of moisturized, let's talk about the sense of touch. Be moisturized. Be soft to the touch. When he touches us, you have clothing that, again, silks, and that's what I love about silk, because when you touch it, it's just soft and silky. For his sense of smell, make sure we are showering so there's no funky odor coming from us. We smell fresh, we smell clean. If you like to use essential oils, use essential oils. If you like perfume, use perfume, body sprays, lotions, whatever it is that's gonna make us smell delicious. his sense of hearing. What are we saying? Are we saying things that is going to cause him to feel desired, to feel wanted? What are you whispering in his ear? What are you texting him throughout the day? Are we giving him responses in bed? You know, whether that's a moan or if that is little things that we are saying that it feels good. What are we saying to appeal to his sense of hearing? Sense of taste. And now, not everyone does everything, so I'm not gonna get to dive too far in that. I'm just gonna simply say, make sure you're showered. Again, make sure you're nice and clean, and that's all I'll say about that. Basically, what I'm trying to say is let loose, have fun. Like, honestly, far as I'm aware of, the only biblical rule that I would say when it comes to marriage is that it's only you and him. I personally don't agree with threesomes and inviting people in your bed. The bedroom's undefiled between husband and wife. As long as you guys are both safe, as long as you guys are both agreeing to what is going to be taking place, like, have fun, do whatever it is you want to do. Let this be something that you put effort into, not just even something where it's like you just roll into bed at the end of the day and you just got to do this thing. No, girl, please, girl, I'm begging you, don't ever treat it as a chore. Let this be something that is as beautiful as it actually is. Be intentional. That's what I want to, that's my message. I think that's really my message, because as I said, I came up here to just chat with you, and it's just now, I think that's the message that I really want to give to you guys, is to be intentional about our sex life and about the way that we are trying to make sure that we are pleasurable to, like, we pleasure our husband, we desire to pleasure him, desire to please him in the best way we possibly can. And speaking of that, educate yourself. Don't be afraid to educate yourself. Learn about the male anatomy. Learn about the areas that are, you know, sensitive, the areas that will bring him more pleasure. Learn his body. Learn from your husband. Be a student of your husband. Learn what is it that he likes, what is it he doesn't like. You know, what's really a turn on for him. Learn him, so that way you can continue to improve your skills, continue to grow. Yes, make sure you're adding spice in your marriage, and change up the location every once in a while. Playing something out instead of just always being just kind of something that just happens when it happens. Plan something out. Maybe get a babysitter overnight if you can. Set up the atmosphere, maybe candles, whatever it is, or maybe just set up some role play. You have costumes, whatever your thing is, whatever his thing is. Be intentional about your sex life. To make it as important as it truly is, because sex is very important in our marriage, and especially for him in particular. Find out what his fantasy is, and as much as you possibly can, make that come true. You be his fantasy. Well, that's all I have for you guys. I would love to know what your thoughts are on this type of topic. Would you like me to go a bit in more detail and just talk more about this topic? Let me know in the comments below. Like this video, hit the thumbs up, and if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you all so very much for watching. Until next time, bye bye.